One of the biggest concerns that most people have when they're considering their bankruptcy options is, will I lose any of my property if I file bankruptcy? In a Chapter 7 case, there's two ways that people can lose property. The first is if the property serves as collateral for a debt and you don't stay current on those debt payments to that secured creditor, you can lose the property to the secured creditor. But on the other hand, if you stay current on those secured debt payments, then you get to keep the property and protect it from the secured creditor. The second way that you can lose property in a Chapter 7 case is to have so much equity in it that it exceeds what you're allowed to exempt or protect under the exemption laws. The exemption laws that apply to a particular case are the laws for the state in which you've resided during the past 2 years, and if you haven't lived in the same state for the past 2 years, the exemption laws that usually apply are the federal exemption laws. Under North Carolina law, people can exempt or protect up to $35,000 of equity in their residence, up to $3,500 of equity in an automobile. They can protect or exempt retirement accounts like 401k plans and IRAs, and they get what's called a wild card exemption of $5,000 to protect any property that they want to protect. And then their household goods are usually also exempt or protected. In other words, you can protect or exempt up to $5,000 in value in household goods, plus $1,000 in value for household goods for each dependent that you have. If you have 3 children, that's an additional $3,000 in exemptions for household goods. But if everything that you own falls within the realm of what you're allowed to exempt or protect, then the trustee is not able to take any property away from you in a Chapter 7 case, and you get to keep all of your property. The vast majority of Chapter 7 cases are filed by people who don't lose any of their property in a Chapter 7, unless of course they wish to. In other words, sometimes people go into a Chapter 7 and they want to walk away from certain property, like a house or a car that's being financed. They want to give up the property and walk away from the debt. Now in a Chapter 13 case, you don't lose any of your property in a Chapter 13 as long as you make your monthly payment to the bankruptcy trustee. And as far as the house is concerned, your mortgage payment gets paid through that payment to the trustee, as well as your car payment, it gets paid also. But if you have a lot of equity built up in property, you don't lose that property in a Chapter 13 case, you get to keep it, but it may affect the amount that you have to pay back to your creditors in the Chapter 13 case if you've got a lot of equity in that property.